Today, we're going to talk about something I think we all know really well. We're going beyond that simple, heavy label of laziness to figure out what's really going on underneath. Oh, I bet you have. You know that feeling, right? You look at that never-ending to-do list and this wave of overwhelm just hits you, and you just can't. You walk away. And then you tell yourself it's a failure of willpower, that you're just not trying hard enough. It feels awful, doesn't it? But what if that whole story, the one you've probably been telling yourself for years, is just wrong? What if laziness isn't the actual problem at all, but just a symptom of something way deeper? And this right here is the big idea we're unpacking today. The feeling we so often call laziness is actually a profound state of emotional fatigue. And looking at it that way, well, it changes everything. I mean, just look at this shift. It's so simple, but wow, is it powerful. The myth says you are lazy. That's a judgment on your character. But the reality says you are emotionally tired. That's not a judgment at all. It's a description of your state. One brings shame and the other invites you to be understanding with yourself. And let's be super clear. This is not the kind of exhaustion you get from doing nothing. It is the complete opposite. This is the burnout that comes from constantly pushing, from living in survival mode instead of actually thriving. It's from demanding impossible things from yourself and carrying this huge emotional weight for way, way too long. And this is so incredibly important. Let this one sink in. There is nothing wrong with you. Your body isn't broken. Your mind isn't weak. You are just deeply, deeply tired. Your system isn't failing. It's just running on empty. It's a signal, not a weakness. Of course, whenever this fatigue shows up, there's usually a very loud friend that comes along with it, the inner critic. So let's talk about that voice of self-doubt because, man, it can make things so much worse. You know the one I'm talking about. It whispers, or maybe it even screams, things just like this. It takes your exhaustion and twists it into a verdict on your self-worth. And it just keeps going, hitting you with these huge, sweeping judgments that are just designed to hurt, to convince you that how you feel right now is how you'll feel forever, a permanent failure. This is the thing you have to remember. That critical, harsh voice, that's not you. It's an imposter. It is not telling you the truth about who you are. So, if it's not you, what is it? Well, think of it like an old recording playing on a loop. It's just a collection of all the criticisms you've heard, all your own deepest fears, and all those past wounds that maybe never fully healed. It's just an echo from the past, not a live report on the present. And this really gets to the core of it. The inner critic's strategy of shame and self-hatred, it just doesn't work. It's like whipping a horse that's already exhausted. Real progress, real healing, can only begin when you start with self-compassion. Okay, so we've named the problem. Now let's talk about the solution. What can you actually do when you feel this way? Let's get practical. It really is that simple and that profound. Before you do anything else, before you even look at that to-do list, the very first step is to offer yourself the same kindness you'd give a good friend who's struggling. So ask yourself this question, not what should I be doing, but what's one small act of kindness I can offer myself right now? Can you feel how that shifts everything? It moves you out of pressure and into care. And we are not talking about huge, overwhelming jobs here. Look at these actions. They are tiny, but each one is like a little vote you're casting for presence over pressure. Each one gently starts to rewire your brain and show it that it's safe to slow down. So let's bring it all home. This is your new instruction manual. The next time that feeling hits and your first instinct is to call yourself lazy, just pause, just for a second. Don't jump to the old conclusion. Instead of letting that inner critic start punishing you, try a totally new approach. Get curious. Become a little detective of your own inner world. And this is the question that detective asks. Not, why am I so lazy? But, what's really underneath this feeling? Is it exhaustion? Is it fear? Is it just total overwhelm? Getting curious is the key that unlocks the real answer. And when you look underneath, when you approach yourself with kindness instead of judgment, you're going to find out what's actually true. And this is the ultimate truth. You're not a lazy person.
You're a person who is in the process of healing from burnout, from pressure, from carrying way too much for far too long. It's a process, not a character flaw. And you know what? Just by listening to this, by considering this different perspective, you've already taken the first step. You're already on that path. So please be kind to yourself. The journey has begun.